Week 3 of the Philadelphia Eagles OTA practices are officially underway. And with that being said, we have some more news, notes, highlights, observations from another day here in Philadelphia for practice. And we also are just a week away from mandatory minicamp, which is going to be massive as well. We're going to cover that, don't you worry. But in this video, we're going to break down what happened today during practice. So before we jump into the video though, I do want to give a major shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles media team who do such a good job, work hard every single day, to give us these highlights, give us this film so we can kind of use it as B-roll as we talk about what's happening in practice. Now, do me a favor and go follow them, man. You're going to see their names at the top left of your screen. If you follow them on Twitter, you'll get live in real-time highlights and some notes as well. So go follow them on Twitter. And with that being said, let's kind of dive into the video. Now, early on in practice, going to see a lot of warm-ups. That's what you're going to see in this video. Warm-ups, wide receivers, quarterbacks, Saquon, and whatnot, right? But the most interesting thing and one of the biggest question marks was how is this defense going to line up? Who is going to be on the first team? Who is going to be on the second team, right? Specifically, Devin White coming over from Tampa Bay is going to be a day one starter. Had an interception today on Jalen Hurts. It was, I believe, a pass over the middle of the field to Devontae Smith that got deflected up in the air, and boom, Devin White comes out of nowhere, gets a nice little interception and a nice little turnover there. Nakobe Dean, like we said in last video, working exclusively with the second team right now, but someone they believe will be a day one starter for them come regular season time. We're seeing a lot of Zach Bond right now, but the fact that Nakobe Dean is back into the lineup practicing with the team is massive on its own, right? So want to continue to see him work, get better, improve, and build rapport with his linebacker core here with Devin White, Zach Bond, and some of the other guys as well. So again, Nakobe Dean with the second team during the majority of 7-on-7 period. We also saw the number 3 wide receiver start to emerge, right? With Quez Watkins out of the picture, who is going to be the next man up? And to be honest, I always thought it was going to be Paris Campbell. Paris Campbell has been playing the majority of the first team reps alongside Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown. And then there was one play today when Jalen Hurts was targeting Paris Campbell, but Calais Ringo, or Kile, I don't really know how to say his name. Please comment down below how to say his name. I think it's Kile. I don't really know though. But Ringo, we'll call him, had a big time breakup down the sideline with Paris Campbell being the targeted wide receiver. Nice job by Ringo, who is trying to fight for maybe a starting job on this team. Obviously, last year he was picked relatively early. Another one of those guys who everyone thought was going to be a massive steal, and still could be a steal. 4th round pick last season. We also saw a lot more guys getting some starting reps that maybe you didn't fully expect. We're gonna go over that in a minute. But yeah, Ringo was on the first team, had a good job. Good day overall. CJ Gardner-Johnson had a good day overall as well. Some big time pass breakups and even better, sticky coverage versus, some of the receivers on this team. Now, for the starting lineups, there was 4 DBs. They had a 4 DB look, right? We had Slay and we had Ringo on the outside. And then on the inside in the slot, we had Avonte Maddox and Quinion Mitchell. So obviously Ringo and Mitchell getting some work here early with the first team. 2 guys who are, very, very young, but have a lot of talent, raw talent right off the bat to be really good players. Now, before we get any further into this video, I need you guys to do me a big favor. Hit that like button just so we can get this video out to more Eagles fans around the world. But more importantly, subscribe to the channel if you're new. It's free, it doesn't cost anything, and we will be covering the Eagles throughout the entirety of the offseason. Now, you may be asking, well, what does that entail exactly? Yeah, exactly. We're going to have more OTA footage, mini camp footage, and training camp, preseason, regular season, everything you could think of, we've got you guys covered. So make sure you guys join the family. And once the season does start, we're going to be looking at some all 22 coaches film for every single game. So make sure you guys are here for that as well. Let's get right back into the video. Now, another guy who maybe didn't get starting reps today, but has looked really good throughout the entirety of camp, or OTAs, I should say, is Isaiah Rodgers. A steal, in my opinion, a guy who is, slowly starting to break out here, making tremendous plays on the ball. Nearly had another interception on Pickett, who threw the ball a little behind the intended target. Ended up being a pass breakup, but man, Isaiah Rodgers is going to end up being a steal for this football team. Not only is he someone who can return the ball at a high level with the new kick return style, but man, offers insane depth and, just versatility to the secondary. Excited to see how he continues to develop as we get more forward. Mekhi Becton was working at left guard next to Jordan Mailata in 11-on-11s. So boom, that was honestly something that we love to see. Again, Quinyon Mitchell saw a lot of time in the slot for the first team. Paris Campbell saw a lot of first team reps. As for the linebacker depth chart, Devin White, Zach Bond with the first team, Nakobe Dean, and Van Sumeren with the second team. Trotter and Smith were with the third team. So very interesting so far. No Oren Burks. Didn't see too much of Patrick Johnson. But overall, I'm very excited to see how this team continues to develop. And then starting secondary in 7-on-7 reps were Darius Slay, CJ Gardner-Johnson, Reed Blankenship, and Keeley Ringo. Again, Ringo looking like he could take a major jump up this season. Definitely looking forward for that. First team O-line, Mailata, Mekhi Becton, Cam Jurgens, Tyler Steen, and Lane Johnson. John Ross, AJ Brown blanketed on a couple of reps by Ringo. So again, man, you're seeing some guys really start to break out here for the Eagles in the secondary. They have so much depth, so many guys that can make big time plays, and right now it looks like Ringo could be that guy. So definitely excited to see these guys continue to develop. We also saw that, or Nick Sirianni say that James Bradbury is probably going to be getting some work with the safeties for the majority of this offseason. More reps with, the corners as well. But with Ringo really starting to break out here, look for James Bradbury to maybe be someone who contributes in the safety position alongside CJ Gardner-Johnson, Reed Blankenship, and even Avonte Maddox could be playing some safety as well if they need him to. Now, before we get out of this video, man, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, join the family. It's free, it doesn't cost anything, and for the most of OTAs, minicamp, training camp, preseason, we're going to be covering the Philadelphia Eagles. So if you guys want more of these type of videos, comment down below saying part 2. Maybe tomorrow we'll drop another one of these videos. But with that being said, again, make sure you guys are ready for the next couple of videos over the next couple of days. And then mandatory minicamp next week should be a lot more fun. We'll be able to see not only more highlights, but more 7-on-7 highlights, more 11-on-11 highlights. So definitely going to get fun as time goes on. So join the family, and I will see you guys in the next Eagles update. Peace.